before we implemented. Now, when we look into today, and we are monitoring very closely, we managed to bring down the R0, which means that the MCO, phase 1 and phase 2, is very effective for us to bring down the R0 because when everybody stays at home, the infection will be less. So the infectivity will be less as well. So the R0 from 3.55, we brought it down to 1. And perhaps also we might have the peak. For the last week was perhaps our peak because now you see that our cases are getting less and less. So that is a good sign for us. Then we have our prediction as well in terms of the infectivity. Before the MCO be implemented, phase 1 or phase 2, we have calculated our infectivity of R0. That means R0 is 3.55. which means that if one person is infected and he will infect 3.55 people. That is the R0 initially before we implemented. Now, when we look into today, and we are monitoring very closely, we managed to bring down the R0, which means that the MCO, phase 1 and phase 2, is very effective for us to bring down the R0 because when everybody stays at home, the infection will be less. So the infectivity will be less as well. So the R0 from 3.55, we brought it down to 1. And we expect on the 14th of April, the R0 will be 0.9. So if it's 0.9, that means they are not infecting 1% positive, they are infecting only 0.9%. So less than 1% being infected, which means we are able to control the infectivity of this COVID-19. So what we intend and we advise the Prime Minister is to extend another 2 weeks of the MCO. By extending the 2 weeks of MCO, it gives us more time to put our action, our activities, and to make sure that we can contain and we can actually break the chain of infection, meaning to bring down the R0 further down than 0.9. So if that's the case, we are on the right track. So from the experts, from the public health experts have advised us that to control and to break the chain of COVID-19, perhaps we need to consider 3 cycles of incubation period. So which means an incubation period of 14 days, so we need about 6 weeks to do it. I think in 2 weeks' time, the Chinese medical team will be here, and basically they will see the performance of our hospitals as well as to share experience because they have been through the process of handling COVID-19. So experience in terms of public health in the hospital as well as the tests. So they are here not to run our services. They are here to visit us and then to share experience. Because we have a discussion with them in terms of how best we can improve our services. Right, our services in the hospital, for example, how can we increase our efficiency in the hospital? And we all know that China, within 10 days, they can build a hospital. But today, you know that within 3 days, we also can build a 600-bedded hospital, but not a temporary hospital. So more importantly is that sharing experience, you see, for those who have gone through managing COVID-19 in their own country, and some of the initiative they have done is unprecedented. We have not seen. So we would like to listen to them and learn from them, and perhaps they can learn from us as well. This is where sharing of both sides is important. So that's one, in terms of services. Then we are also looking into how we can actually collaborate with China